Hello and welcome to my review of Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior. But before I get into it, I like to say a spoiler alert for this movie, so consider yourselves warned. Second thing is, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified every time I put up a new video. Let's get into it. So Mad Max 2 came out in 1981, and is it good? Yeah, it's really good. And it does something really awesome, is that it takes something from the first Mad Max. It takes the last 20 minutes, which is nothing but the action in the cars and the motorcycles, and it amps that up, and it does that for pretty much the whole movie. So the premise of this movie is Max is traveling the wasteland, and he's running on low in his V8 Interceptor as far as gas goes. Now he happens upon Bruce Spence's character, called the Gyro Captain, and the Gyro Captain tries to ambush him and take his gas, but Max, being the hero, gets a one-up on him, and to save face, the Gyro Captain tells Max about this compound that is pumping up oil and making gas from it. So Max, needing gas, goes to the compound to maybe see if he can get some gas from it, finds out that it's like a makeshift castle, and there's a gang of motorists being led by this dude called the Humongous, and they're trying to take the pump for themselves. So I feel like the focus of this movie is just to be highly entertaining, and it does it beautifully. I mean, we get amazing practical stunts and practical effects. Like, all the cars in this movie look so unique and so awesome. Even the most normal looking one, Max's V8 Interceptor, still looks super amazing, and it looks like it totally fits in this wasteland. And also, like, the motorcycles were all cool, and I love the character design. The character design of, like, the gang of bad guys. Like, Humongous is just a big old muscle bound dude with a funky old like hockey mask on, and it totally works. He has like like leather straps around it. Looks like should be in a 50 Shades of Grey movie, but it like works on perfectly. And Wheeze, Vernon Wells' character, he just has like hockey pads on it. I didn't even know it was hockey pads until like halfway through the thing. Best performance in this movie has to be Mel Gibson as Max. I mean, this is a beginnings of Mel Gibson as Mad Max. And in the first one, when I was watching it, I was like, okay, I'm just waiting. I'm watching this because I want to see how he gets to that breaking point and just goes mad. And in this one, he's just fully mad. He doesn't care about anybody else but himself and his dog. And it really, like, it hurt part of my soul when they shot his dog. This movie is action that has weight to it, and it's because you have these practical stunts. You have real cars smashing into each other, you have real cars flipping over, and it's not only action that has weight as far as our stunts go, but it's action that has weight as far as Max goes, because he's not immortal. In the first movie, he gets shot in the leg. In this movie, like, they run him off the road, they nearly kill him, they kill his dog. It's like action that has actual weight, because you feel like, yes, Max is not gonna die. I know Max is not gonna die because he has the third Mad Max movie, but still, when he gets hurt, he doesn't, it's not like a scratch that he just shakes off. He actually gets hurt, and it's awesome. The music in this movie is very interesting because while it's not at that godlike level of the Fury Road music, it is very good, and where they put it in the movie, it definitely works. But what I really was interested in is when we had certain points in the action where there was no music, and it totally works. I wasn't wanting music there, because when the music was not there, I heard the engines roaring. I heard the cars hitting each other. It was so cool to not have music and to be able to hear everything, and every, scratch, and every time every time somebody would shift their gears while they were driving. It was so cool. And at one point in the movie, they use a heartbeat as like a part of the music, and I was like, wait, is that a heartbeat? And then it just like builds and builds, and then it comes to like a crescendo, and it was so cool to watch. Let's talk about some of the cool side characters in this movie. I thought I was gonna be annoyed by Bruce Spence's character, the Gyro Captain, but I wasn't. He was actually pretty cool, and I enjoyed that he like got snakes and trained them to help him, ambush whoever came along his way. It was really awesome. Vernon Wells as Wes, the bad guy with the red mohawk. Like, come on, where are you getting hair dye in the Mad Max world? Like, other than the red mohawk, I actually pretty much enjoyed him. I liked that he didn't really talk. He mostly yelled. And it was cool because he always was yelling either at Max or yelling to his dudes to go and get Max. It was fun to see him just be like Mr. Feral. Speaking of Feral, the Feral kid, Emil Minty, in this movie was so cool. Like, he looks like a little Immortan Joe. I mean, let's just be honest. I'll put one picture of the little kid up there and then Immortan Joe up there. Tell me you don't see the resemblance there. I was like, wow, is this an origin story for Immortan Joe? But he was really fun. I like that he had his boomerang and that his boomerang like killed people. It was like, yeah, this kid is cool. My verdict on this movie is an absolute Blu-ray. I mean, this movie is the first Mad Max movie. That first one was an origin story. This one is the one where he's mad from start to finish and only gets worse towards the end. It was so cool to watch that, but also the action in this movie just takes it a notch up with a semi and like motorcycles, cars. They had a car in this movie that looked like a bullet. It was so cool to see, and the crazy cool side characters and like all the designs of everything in this movie was so awesome. So that all puts it as a Blu-ray for me. There you go. That's my review of Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. But I want to know what you think about this movie, so I need you to go into the comment section down below and write out your thoughts on the movie or my review of the movie. You can check out my last video right here. It is the Deadpool 2 teaser trailer that I reacted to. It's right there. You can check that out if you haven't seen it. And if you enjoyed this review and would like to see more and haven't subscribed already, you can do that by clicking right there. Thank you for watching this review.